Hey guys, Moms Against Medical Bullying. I just wanted to share with you guys how I was able to visit a small local museum. So I called the museum up, speak to one of the tour guides. I asked her, I would like to purchase tickets, but we don't wear masks. We're exempt from wearing masks, and I want to make sure now ahead of time on the phone that that's not going to be a problem. She proceeded to tell me that she doesn't think she feels comfortable doing a maskless tour because she got only her first dose of this vaccine and she hadn't gotten her second dose yet. And she said to try back in the summer. I then, proceeded to tell her that that would be discrimination. I said, "Is your museum open to the public?" She said, "Yes." So I said, "You can't discriminate if you're open to the public, if you're a business open to the public." She then told me that basically they're a private business, and that even if the governor ended his mask mandate, that they could still try to enforce masks. Well, obviously that's not acceptable because one, masks are a medical device. What businesses have the power to enforce telling people that they need a medical device? That would be, and then two, that's against like civil rights. So I let her know what the civil rights law was in Kentucky. And she got very emotional because, she probably thinks that I'm, going to put her life in danger. And I was making her feel uncomfortable, I guess, with what I was informing her of. And she said, well, why did you call anyway? You know what I mean? I said, well, I want to have this conversation over the phone rather than in person because people tend to get very emotional and we get passionate. So I think it's better to have the conversation over the phone. And I said, "Can I speak to somebody above you?" And she said, well, I don't feel comfortable giving you her phone number. So you know what? I'll give her your phone number and I'll have her call you. I said, perfect. That's perfectly fine. So very quickly later, like a couple minutes later, her manager, maybe she's the head of it, I don't exactly know her title, but she gave me a call and she was very nice. And, I told her exactly what I told the tour guide. And she understood what I was saying. And she understood that they can't ask for my medical information. And she also proceeded to say that she didn't even know there was exemptions. So it was kind of a good conversation because I got to inform her about that. I said, "Have you read the executive order for our state?" And she said, "Well, no, I can't say that I have." And she said, "Actually, I'm deaf in one ear." I believe that's what she said. Deaf in one ear. And wearing the mask really bothers me. I said, "You would totally be exempt from wearing a mask. It's on the order." And so I encouraged her to read it, and she's probably going to read it and realize that she doesn't need to wear a mask. So, which is good. So she just proceeded to say, well, you know what? Just write a little note because we're scared of the government. We're scared. They're all scared of the health department. So yeah, sorry, I had to pause real quick. My dog was going off too far. So, she told me they're scared of the government. They're scared of the health department and they don't want to be liable, right? But let's face it. If the medical system says that any virus, that people can be asymptomatic, which this is not the first time they've brought up asymptomatic. I hope I'm not going to get flagged for these words. Then at any point in time in life, in their museum, somebody may be ill without them even knowing. And I brought that up to the tour guide too, and she just said, well, this is, deadly or whatever, which I forgot to inform her that about the numbers. And I'm not going to go into that because I don't want this video to get flagged. But you guys know what I'm talking about. So anyways, she said, just write a note so that we're not liable. And, just say that you're exempt or whatever in your note and just sign it. I said, fine. That's not a problem. She wasn't asking me for a doctor's note. She was just asking me for a statement from myself that I'm exempt. So that was okay. That was an okay compromise to me. So I did that. But along with the note, I put in a lot of other information with the packet that I gave them that they wanted to keep on file. Just like some laws and things like that. And I asked her, I said, your tour guide said that you guys might be planning on keeping the enforcement of these devices. And she said, well, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I said, well, I don't think you want to do that because there's a lot of people out there that would take you to court over that. You can't. I said, you can't prescribe. I said, businesses don't have a right to prescribe medical devices to the public. And she goes, oh, yeah, that's true. So she was very nice, the, other woman that I spoke to, and understood those points of how inappropriate that would be. So that's all I wanted to share. And, I did get discouraged. I got discouraged after speaking with the first tour guide, and I thought, well, what's the point now? You know what I mean? Going through all this trouble to visit their museum, but I had somebody that I wanted to show the museum to. So, I said, you know what? I did all this. We might as well go. You know what I mean? So we took the tour. It ended up being fine. And I told the woman, I said, on the phone, the hire manager, I said, well, are you sure this woman who gives the tour is going to be okay? Because I don't want to have a rude experience with my family, you know what I mean? Like, if she's going to be fearing for her life while we're there or something like that, and she's going to treat us like crap. She said, oh, no. She will not treat you poorly. So we went. It worked out fine. Everyone remained professional. So I just wanted to share that with you guys.